Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? It is RPG a Day, day 29, 2017, and August 29th, believe it or not. And our question today is, what has been the best run RPG Kickstarter you have backed? So this is talking about crowdfunding, not just Kickstarter, but other, similar type of uh, ways to get, things funded, crowdfunding. So I'll tell you what I know, because I don't know an awful lot. The very first time I was exposed to anything like Kickstarter, because I just didn't know, I'd heard the term bandied around, but I just never really paid that much attention, was about a year ago. I went to a con, played Astonishing Swordsman and Swordsman and Sorcerers of Hyperborea, right? Met Jeff Talanian, really, really nice guy. Got the box set. You can kind of see you can see the box set right there. Right, my thumb is that red thing. It's there on the shelf. I should have taken it down. Got the box set, one of the last box sets of the first edition from him, which was a Kickstarter product. And he was talking about the fact that he was going to have a Kickstarter for the second edition for this new book. And so I didn't know anything about Kickstarter. I kind of had an interchange back and forth with him because I really, really enjoyed it. I made a video about Astonishing Swordsman and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. It's a long, hard name, but for a great game. Link that to his site or whatever he did. We had a conversation, and anyhow, he kind of walked me through like, hey, here's how you do a Kickstarter. Here's a link, and so I backed that Kickstarter. The only other Kickstarters I've actually really backed, besides that one, have been for what's going to end up being my best run. Kind of, well, we'll see. Maybe not best run, but fastest fulfillment. And then Triple Ace games. And so far, I've backed, in terms of Triple Ace games, I really got into the Ubiquity games from them, which are based on either Leagues of Adventure, Leagues of Gothic Horror, that whole series, or All for One Regime Diabolique. And so at the time, I come in, and once I got into it, the Leagues of Gothic Horror had two Kickstarters that I got interested in. One was Leagues of Cthulhu, which I backed because it's Cthulhu, for crying out loud. And then there was I think it was Ministry of Mordavia and something else. There's a couple of books. I can't remember the other one, but it's part of Leagues of Gothic Horror, which sounded really, really cool. So I backed those Kickstarters. In both cases, Astonishing Swordsman and Sorcerers of Hyperborea from Northwind Adventures, and from Triple Ace, fulfillment hasn't happened yet, and it's not supposed to happen yet, but they've been extraordinarily communicative. They let me know what's going on at every stage. It's really common for Kickstarters to have a little bit of a delay, or they don't get to fulfill the physical product as fast as they'd like. And this did happen. I think August was supposed to be when we were getting our copies of Astonishing Swordsman and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. But Jeff, like a couple months ago, let us know it's probably going to be closer to October. And it's run great. We constantly get updates with artwork, and what's going on with this, and how is the layout going. I got a couple other things. I got a t-shirt coming, and one of those giant fold-out roll-up mats, which is just awesome. I added some extras to that Kickstarter. So he's been really forthcoming with all kinds of information, so I never feel like I'm in the dark. Ditto for Triple Ace games. They've done a bang-up job. I always know what's going on. I probably get almost too much email, which is fine, but the thing is, they're letting me know what's going on, which is really, really cool. So I dig that. And in fact, I am backing into today, the 28th, because I'm filming this on the 28th. We actually have a Kickstarter going on at Triple Ace. I say we, but it's them. And what the heck is it? Satan's Playground. And it's All for One Regime Diabolique. It's actually an expansion for that particular thing. It's Satan's Playground is more 30 Years War in different countries. It lets you play things other than the Musketeer. It lets you play like a survivor, which is really, really cool. So I actually backed that and got myself the book itself in a PDF. And it comes with some Ubiquity dice. They're pretty much just D6s with a fleur-de-lis on one side, and 3 sides and nothing on the other side. So really cool. So actually, it comes with 10. So I actually added on a couple more sets of 10 because they look pretty darn cool. So I'm pumped about that. So yeah, you should go back that, because All for One Regime Diabolique is ultra cool, and the stuff he's putting into this in this little supplement edition is stuff that I kind of already thought about. I was kind of going in that direction anyway, with our campaign thing. Wouldn't it be neat if there was this, this, and this? And sure enough, he's making a book about this. So really, really cool. However, this video has taken a really long time to get to the final point. So those two have been great. I can't say this one has been better. It's just what do I know? I've backed 3 crowdfunding sources so far. What am I here on Satan's Playground? I'm backer 57. It took me a while. to actually, for my lunch, to sit there and back it. And it's already 57 back. It's pretty cool. So anyhow, I'll tell you about the one that happened the fastest. I was interested in I'd already had Swords and Wizardry white box, and I got the complete rule set, but the core rule set. But the complete rule book I had never gotten. And sometime after I backed the Kickstarter in late 2016, fall 2016, for Astonishing Swordsman and Sorcerer's Hyperborea, I'll be able to say that name really well soon. I see floating up from Frog God Games, they were doing a third printing, not third edition, but third printing of the core rulebook. And what was going to make this one particularly special is that all the artwork was going to be done by women. The Contessa was involved in the whole thing, and it was really, really cool. I mean, some of this artwork is just like badassery, right? Cool stuff. And thinking, yeah, I'd like to get the complete rule book. And so I jumped on the Kickstarter. It was probably just a few days before it actually ended. And so I didn't go for any extras. I just, went for the book. And I swear I got this book in maybe like 2 or 3 months. They said it's going to come out, I think it was like January, February. Maybe probably January, whatever it was. It was 2 or 3 months maximum. Man, did you see that? I get this thing, bam, right in the mail. I'm not going to recut that video. I'm really not. So you're going to live with that earthquake right there. Just boom, instant fulfillment. The product's great. I'm super happy. The quality of the book is fantastic. I already did like a terrible unboxing and terrible review of it, but I did a review of it. It's great. So I have to say, Frog God Games did a phenomenal job. Swords and Wizardry. Let's see, Stacy Delafano is the art director. Of course, Matt Finch is the guy who actually has a YouTube channel now. It's been pretty cool watching some of that. So yeah, I'd say honestly, Frog God Games, the Swords and Wizardry Kickstarter was just flawless. And then the ones from Northwind Adventures for ASSH and for Triple Ace Games, they've been great too. So those are my answers.